Brilliant little film. It's one of the best shorts that they've done. I'm trying my hardest not to spoil these films completely for you, because genuinely, these movies, I would like anybody who watches these videos to actually go and check out the films themselves. So, Helpmates is a 1931 short film by the legendary Jew. As always, I've watched this in the black and white version. Just feels like a better experience of these films for me. You know, on the box set there is a colorized version of each film available, but you know, I like to see it as it was and how it should be. So in this film, we open up in the wrecked remains of Ollie's house after a wild house party, after getting the house free from his wife for the weekend. And Ollie is staring straight down the barrel of the camera like this, saying how disappointed he is that this has happened. And I was fully expecting to see Stanley getting the eaten from Ollie, but as the camera pans off, we see that he's actually talking to himself while he's, you know, nursing a major hangover. We then get a telegram arriving at the door to tell him that his wife is returning at noon, so he calls on Stanley to come help him get the house sorted. Now, there's a brilliant solo sketch when Ollie rings Stanley, and Stanley mixes up or mistakes the phone ringing for his alarm clock. Brilliant. So Ollie tells him to get over as quick as he can. Instead of saying okay, Stanley says QT. So literally a second later, the doorbell explodes at Oliver's house at Stanley, and yes, the doorbell does explode, like nothing works properly, and the crazy world of Laurel and Hardy. So there's a load of slapstick falls and stunts in this film, and honestly I don't know how Ollie wasn't severely hurt doing some of these here. You know, every time Stanley tries to do something, everything backfires on Oliver. There's a brilliant moment when Ollie's in the backyard of the house. He goes to throw a potted plant through an open window at Stan, only to have the window drop closed at the last second. As he throws it, he breaks the window, misses Stanley completely. The potted plant flies right through the whole house, breaks the window at the front of the house, goes out, hits a neighbour in the back of the head so hard that he actually somersaults right over, lands on his back. Ollie starts losing all of his clothes in this film. They get ruined in different ways, and he tries to he turns on the gas stove to try and use the heat from that there to dry his coat, but he gets distracted again by Stanley, and by the time he lights the match, the whole room is full of gas, and he gets blown completely out of the kitchen and the living room. At the end of the film, of course, we get the phone call that the wife has been dropped off at the bus depot. Ollie has to go and meet her, but again, he's got no clothes, so he has to put on a fancy dress, army uniform, to go and pick her up. We then cut from there, come up to the end of the film. The house is completely spotless, like nothing ever happened. Stanley has it sorted out, and he goes to light a fire in the living room to warm up the house for them coming back, so they're nice and comfortable. But can't get the match to light properly, and can't get the wood in the fireplace to actually take the spark, so he decides he's going to use petrol to light the fire for them. We cut from that as he's putting the match to the fire. We cut from that to Oliver coming back to the house without the wife, but he is this time nursing a black eye. So he gets out of the car, he looks at the house, everything looks perfect from the outside. As he approaches, suspects nothing, but as soon as he opens the door to walk in, everything behind the front wall of the house has been completely burned to the ground. Brilliant little film. It's one of the best shorts that they've done. I'm trying my hardest not to spoil these films completely for you, because genuinely, these movies, I would like anybody who watches these videos to actually go and check out the films themselves. So I don't want to ruin every aspect of the film for you. Like, I'll just pull out bits and pieces here that I thought were great, but there's so many things in this film that I haven't even touched on. So like, this isn't by any means spoiled. You've kind of got like a blueprint from the start to the finish, but there's a lot of stuff that happens in there. Brilliant little tiny jokes that are just Fantastic.